Hey guys, the Sports Entertainer here, back with some more wrestling news. Join us as the Sports Entertainer looks at all the breaking wrestling news and rumors you need to know, including all the fallout news and rumors coming out of Elimination Chamber tonight. Jacob Fatu expected to be a top talent in WWE for years to come. The WWE draft is set to return after WrestleMania 41 and much more. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss out on an episode. First up, Jacob Fatu expected to be a top talent in WWE for years to come. Now there's some great news to share regarding the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu, because while Jacob ultimately failed to move his way into the #1 contender spot for the United States Championship last night on SmackDown, clearly Triple H has much bigger things in store for Jacob Fatu moving forward, and no doubt a world title opportunity isn't far off. For those of you who haven't heard, Fightful Select put out a report regarding Jacob last night, suggesting that the company view him as a future main eventer for years to come, with Raja.com summarizing this news, quote, FightfulSelect.com reports that WWE has set up Fatu's appearances and interactions via a carefully crafted plan ever since he debuted for the promotion. This would include his SummerSlam injury and his activity between that event and Bad Blood. WWE was well aware of how the audience was responding to his character compared to his fellow Bloodline members, and as such, have been playing that up. Another purposeful development in his character was being forced to give up the tag team title as part of building him up long-term. However, it's unclear if WWE is headed towards a Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa singles match at WrestleMania 41. The report adds that Jacob's face-offs with Roman Reigns are also no accident, as WWE higher-ups, creative and other officials within the team are fully expecting him to eventually ascend to the main event scene and stay there for a number of years. Prior to Triple H taking over heading up WWE, the previous regime led by Vince McMahon had passed on signing Fatu to a contract, perhaps given his past legal issues. However, the new management team jumped at the chance to sign him once he unexpectedly became a free agent sooner than expected. Since signing with WWE, Fatu has also earned praise for getting in the best shape of his life before debuting for the promotion. Now this is honestly incredible news, as Jacob Fatu has it all, and has shown that he's capable of grabbing that proverbial brass ring and fitting in perfectly at the top of the card. Jacob is the total package in our opinion, and we wouldn't be surprised if he's a WWE World Champion within a year or so, providing he stays injury-free. Next up, the WWE draft set to return after WrestleMania 41. Now we have a quick update to share with you guys regarding the WWE draft, as it appears as though we'll be getting an official draft at some point following WrestleMania, with PW Insider's Mike Johnson reporting in a recent Q&A, quote, "We are told that a draft is still planned for the post-WrestleMania season. It's good news that we'll be getting an official draft in WWE later this spring, as no doubt fans look forward to some NXT prospects getting called up to the main roster and finding out which big roster shifts between Raw and SmackDown will occur, even though we already sort of had a mini draft this year with the recent transfer window." Next up, Mark Henry calls for Attitude Era star to go into Hall of Fame. Now, during a recent interview with Monopoly Events wrestling legend and Hall of Famer, Mark Henry spoke a bit about his Nation of Domination former stablemate D'Lo Brown, with Henry making it abundantly clear that D'Lo deserves to go into the WWE Hall of Fame, revealing, "Can we get a D'Lo for Hall of Fame chant? Hey, if anybody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, it's that dude, cause I've learned a lot of what I've done in my life from D'Lo. His influence on the nation, everybody that was in the nation, went on to do great things. And so did D'Lo. He was the European champion, the dude won a lot, and he had an influence on everybody. No doubt D'Lo Brown deserves to eventually go into the Hall of Fame. He was a truly underrated star of the Attitude Era, and hopefully he'll get his day of recognition sooner rather than later." Next up, Jade Cargill returns at Elimination Chamber and destroys Naomi. Now, to say that the WWE kicked off Elimination Chamber 2025 in an insane way would be a massive understatement, because just as the Women's Elimination Chamber match was set to go down with Liv Morgan and Naomi starting the match, out comes a returning Jade Cargill, who shocked the wrestling world when she attacked Naomi instead of Liv Morgan, with Jade absolutely destroying her, resulting in Naomi being eliminated from the match while Bianca Belair looked on in horror from one of the Elimination Chamber pods. While a lot of fans have voiced their opinions on social media that they feel Jade Cargill attacking Naomi has ended the whole mystery attack storyline, and that Naomi was the one responsible for Jade's attack, we can confirm otherwise, as one of our sources reported that WWE have a massive swerve up their sleeves with this storyline, a swerve that will lead to a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship between Rhea Ripley, the 2025 Women's Elimination Chamber match winner Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. We have been told that it will be revealed that it was actually Bianca Belair who orchestrated and set up Jade Cargill's attack, with the full footage of the attack to be revealed soon by SmackDown GM Nick Aldis, a swerve that will undoubtedly shock wrestling fans to their core, and lead to a massive triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. We have been told that Naomi, who will reportedly be on the shelf storyline injured for the foreseeable future, was actually completely innocent in this situation, and that Naomi had nothing to do with Jade's attack and was framed. It was all Bianca Belair, who felt threatened and jealous of Jade Cargill. Next up, Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn, but a Viper returns. Now we have to take a moment to give the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn unsanctioned match the respect and admiration it deserves. That was an all-out brawl, one of the best matches in recent WWE history, no doubt. Kevin and Sami left everything they had out there, and it created a match that wrestling fans won't forget anytime soon. Owens got the win, which was the right booking call, and this amazing match was topped off by Randy Orton's surprise return, who we have been told will in fact be facing off against Owens at WrestleMania 41. Excellent storytelling here, and we cannot wait for Owens-Orton at WrestleMania. Next up, John Cena wins Elimination Chamber match and turns heel. Now, oh my goodness guys, where do we even begin? To say that WWE swerved and shocked fans with the conclusion of Elimination Chamber would be a colossal understatement. We quite literally just witnessed one of the most shocking moments in WWE history. Now, John Cena ended up winning the Men's Elimination Chamber match thanks to a bit of help from a bitter and seething Seth Rollins, so clearly those reports that went around the other day about Drew McIntyre being leaked to win the match this year were complete and utter BS. Now, the Men's Elimination Chamber match itself had plenty of awesome moments throughout it, but how do we even focus on the match when you had that jaw-dropping heel turn to close out the show? For anyone who missed it, after John Cena had won the Elimination Chamber, out comes Cody Rhodes, who is the champion that Cena will be facing, come WrestleMania 41, and the two have a little moment with each other before the Final Boss's theme song comes on to interrupt the celebration, as The Rock, along with Travis Scott for whatever bizarre reason, came down to the ring to get Cody Rhodes' decision on whether he would sell his soul to The Rock. As predicted, Cody turned it down in an amazing way by telling The Rock F you, and while that in of itself was a shock, as WWE usually don't allow that kind of language on their shows, what happened next is what has completely stunned the wrestling world. Just as John Cena was giving Cody respect for turning down The Rock the way he did, Cena's face said it all, as John Cena, who has clearly been working with The Rock all along, turned heel in the most shocking way imaginable, delivering a low blow to Cody and absolutely destroying Cody, much to the shock and horror of fans in attendance and those watching around the world. Now, for any fans wanting some answers regarding John Cena's jaw-dropping corporate heel turn tonight at Elimination Chamber 2025, we have the answers you're looking for, with one of our sources providing all the necessary details you need to know. To keep this brief so you guys can get this out to the fans as soon as possible, we have heard that John Cena's heel turn tonight at Elimination Chamber has been planned out for months in WWE creative. This was reportedly always the endgame for Triple H heading into WrestleMania season, once it was made clear that The Rock would be unable to wrestle on the grandest stage of them all this year. Drew McIntyre was never seriously considered for the Elimination Chamber win, despite some reports neither were the likes of CM Punk or Seth Rollins. They all have matches lined up for WrestleMania that don't involve Cody Rhodes. While John Cena has been against the idea of turning heel at earlier stages of his wrestling career, basically at the peak of his career when he was portraying that Super Cena gimmick, we have heard rumblings that Cena actually requested to finally turn heel when negotiating his retirement tour with Triple H, as Cena apparently felt like it was a way to make his retirement tour stand out in the memories of fans as being something special and unpredictable. Cena had no interest in working a retirement tour as his same old babyface character, so the heel turn is apparently something that John requested to Triple H, and Hunter made it happen tonight at Elimination Chamber. The storyline here is that John Cena has been working with The Rock all along, and The Rock's friendship that he developed with Cody Rhodes over the past year has all been a facade, completely fake, with The Rock having ulterior motives the whole time to destroy Cody, who he will never forgive. Lastly, we have heard that the tentative plan right now is for the newly heel-turned John Cena to win the Undisputed Championship from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41, and then drop the title back to Cody on his way out, with SummerSlam 2025 being considered for when heel Cena would lose the title back to Cody Rhodes, with Survivor Series 2025 being the last possible date for when heel John Cena would be losing the Undisputed title back to Cody in the late fall. But yeah, the plan is for heel Cena to dethrone Cody of the belt come WrestleMania, with a bit of help of course from the final boss, who is set to face off against Cody at next year's WrestleMania 42 event. Now let us know your thoughts on John Cena's shock heel turn tonight at Elimination Chamber 2025, as well as the Elimination Chamber event as a whole this year. We couldn't go over all of the matches in this one video, so there will be more content surrounding the event coming tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.